Hello, everybody. Long time no see. Life is a busy place. God, do I need a haircut? Look at all the little side stuff I'm getting over here. I need a haircut desperately. Too lazy to go get one, honestly.
Have you ever had a different type of hairstyle? Is that the only?
No, I used to have spiky hair like as a little kid, like close on the sides, a little spike going on. I want to change my hair desperately, but I'm just way too nervous to change it to anything because I'm just so used to this that what if the other thing looks bad?
I'm the opposite.
And you see, some people could argue we can't get much worse.
No, I like your hair. I cut my own hair. I've started doing that over the last 2 years, I think, is because I used to have really long hair about 2 years ago, like ponytail and all. And it was hidden under the hoodie. You guys couldn't see it, but I cut that. And originally I just cut it off the ponytail, but it was my first time doing it, so it was not even at all. And so then I just took buzzers and kind of had a buzz cut for a little bit, but I just cut my own hair last week.
How do we do?
I tried to go for a John Wick look at first, but I just looked like the lady from Incredibles, the suit lady that makes all the suits. No. I just looked like that. So then I had to take the buzzer and start going, and now it's just a little longer on top. But it was so funny. I cut the ponytail and started trimming right here, then brushed it out. I was like, that does not look like John Wick.
We always say, Josh, that is just not what you want.
No, it did not go as planned. But
that is absolutely not what you want.
It looks fine now. It's all good now. I wear a hat anyway, so.
Big hat guy?
Yeah, I wasn't in high school or anything, but then I don't know. I just started wearing them.
I don't even own a hat. I don't own a hat. Hats and this hair don't mix. Then we're sticking out the sides and.
Yeah, your hair is tough with hats.
Yeah, I can't.
What about beanies? You wear beanies?
Not a beanie guy either. I lied. If it's winter, obviously it gets cold over here in New York. I got a couple, Patriot beanies that I'll throw on the dome.
I used to wear beanies year round.
Okay.
And I think in 7th grade, I was big.
Were you a little emo, John?
Huh?
Were you emo?
No, I was not. But I had every NBA team and every NFL team of a beanie, and I would just rotate them year round summer. And we used to always go to our local gym and play basketball for 8 hours every day.
My son was sweating.
I was sweating, bro. The hats were drenched. I'd just be wearing them still.
He said, washed it, never heard of it.
But I don't wear them anymore. I do because it's cold, but not year round anymore. I don't know why I did that. I thought I looked so cool. T-shirt, shorts, and a beanie.
I think we've all made some questionable decisions as a youngin.
Yeah, we all tried things that didn't always work back then.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I didn't own a pair of jeans until 4 years ago.
I hate jeans. My body type is not for jeans.
Literally, yeah. Me neither. Yeah, I'm a larger gentleman, some would say. So,
yeah, I can't.
I usually didn't fit in with those jeans or anything like that. Listen, there's no document that we made saying what we're exactly going to do this show because at least I don't think there is. Because we sent one, I certainly didn't see it.
Did not make
so I don't know. But anything in particular to start off the show you want to get into, Josh? I mean, obviously we got to go over again. Yeah. Oh no, Josh disconnected. This is just not what you want. This is what happens when you do live programming. I don't know what happened to Josh. Maybe he'll shoot me over a text what happened. But what I believe he was going on to say was that UFC 296. I always get a little bit confuzzled over here with, oh, yes, it is. 296 is this weekend. Let me tell you something. That main card looking like an absolute beautiful thing. Oh, look at this. Josh is back now. I see him again.
I don't know what happened. I just had to refresh. It's literally all that changed. Just kicked me for no reason.
It's an interesting development, Josh. That's what happens when you do live programming.
That is true. I mean, just things happen.
But UFC 296, you're right, is this weekend. I mean, what an absolute banger of a main card, and what a way to send off of the 2023 year here. I mean, Luke versus Gary to start off the main card. Like that's a co-main type of fight.
Yeah, I mean, Ian Gary's first like legit tough test. So we'll get to see what he's really been. And him and Luke, I think, trained together. So
yeah, that's I was watching the fight night this past Saturday, and
I did as well. Did any names pop out for you this weekend?
I'm just not good with names. So like, if I saw them again, I could probably be able to tell you. I am just terrible with names. Like there are a lot of people to this day that I've known for years.
Yeah, Anthony Smith.
Time for a monologue, Gridiron. You know this show so well. Gridiron, let me ask you something. What do you think the difference in vibes of this show and the hard count is? So give me a nice, because obviously I'm there for both. I thoroughly enjoy both. You show up for both, so I'm hoping that you enjoy both of them as well. But I like to hear thoughts. We're open for thoughts and opinions here. That's the only way you get better.
True, very true.
But I mean, listen. Then you got Tony Ferguson, who it's been rough recently, but he's of course fighting Patty the Batty, and it's it really is funny to me how like fast people fall in and out of love with others. Patty the Batty, like what, a year and a half, 2 years ago, him and Meatball Molly, greatest thing since sliced bread.
Face of the world, face of the sport.
I mean, everybody loved them. Can't get enough of them, right? Now all of a sudden, I can't wait. I hope Tony turns the clock back and knocks Patty. Then Meatball got released. Everybody's celebrating her release. I was like, did I miss something? Like, did I miss where we decided that we absolutely despise them? Because like I don't know. I still like I'm still.
I think what changed for Patty was people thought he lost to Jared Gordon, which
that is true. I did think he lost that fight as well.
Yeah, I think it was that, and then I think it's probably there's a fighter that you say like you're tired of. Is it O'Malley? Sean O'Malley? You're like, I'm not. There's somebody you're like.
Oh, Poirier.
Poirier. See, I think for a lot of people, they just kind of got tired of Patty's like bit, kind of like who he is. Like they just kind of got tired of it, I guess. But
because like what sticks out to me is that like monologue he gave after winning that. I don't know what fight it was where he talked about like men's mental health and everything like that. And like I felt like after that he was on top of the world. Like everybody like what a great message too, and he's fun. And then it was just like I want him to get knocked out immediately, and I was like, where did I miss this?
Yeah, I don't know. People did just kind of just flip on him for almost no reason. Like the only reason I understand this one is because it's Tony Ferguson, and people love Tony. But it does seem like people hate Patty after being on top of the world for a little bit. And Molly, she just kind of sucks, dude. Her last fight, like the whole thing about the girl she fought last time was like she's on an 8-fight win streak, all arm bars. Like that was the person she fought. She got beat by an arm bar in the first like 2 minutes. Like Molly, that's the one thing you couldn't give her was the arm.
That is true. Let's see what the vibes are here. Gen Z is more casual, lighthearted. THC is all business. CJ loves zero shenanigans, and Josh is just unflappable in the positivity. I like both shows. I like Anthony is a straight man in all of it. Hey, you know what? I appreciate like Seinfeld and Seinfeld. You know what's bad that I haven't seen it
either here or hard count. We all three got to be on.
What happened?
I got to either hop on the hard count or CJ's got to come.
I bet, bro. When we didn't do a show last week, and me and CJ did a show on Wednesday, like we normally do. I was about to tell you to just come on, and I never did, and I don't know why.
Yeah, we got to do that soon. Got to do this for like playoff time. We should or soon. Just something.
Yeah. I mean, we all know each other. I was going to say though,
I'm flappable in my positivity. I like that a lot.
Everybody needs a little positivity in life. I'm not as positive as Josh is.
You're definitely a Debbie Downer.
Okay, see, that's a little messed up. I'm saying. I don't think that. I would love to say this other guy's name, but he's facing Wonder Boy, Shavkat. I don't even, Not exact. Oh, look at this. Josh is gone again. The device said disconnected again. And then we got Pantoja versus Royval. And then, of course, the main event of the evening, as good old Bruce Buffer would say, Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. And I can't think of a single person that is not looking forward to Colby Covington and Leon. Josh, what are we doing here?
Come on. I didn't do anything.
I mean, what are we doing?
I moved this thing by my mic that's not even connected to my computer.
I mean, there's only one person I can blame. Well, this has to be you.
I'm gonna blame this on Donald Trump.
That's
his fault.
I don't think we can go there. Can't turn this show into that.
Something's going wrong there. I must have said something that. Am I gone again?
No, you're here. I hear you loud and clear.
I'm here. It froze for me for a second.
Oh,
what's going on?
Don't you worry, killer.
This is crazy.
But yeah, anything on 296, Josh? Obviously, like I said, Leon and Colby, Pantoja and Royval.
Yeah, a lot of very good fights. The first fight, obviously, Ian Gary against Vicente Luque. Very excited for that one. Good matchup. Two guys trying to get in title contention. Ian Gary has kind of like not been touched really in the UFC so far. I mean, his last fight was the one. Was that the one where it was the guy on like 10-day notice? He had no one in his corner. No, that was somebody else. That was
I was gonna say. I remember. I think the last fight Gary had. Didn't he knock somebody out? Or
Yeah, but this I can't remember. No, he didn't knock him out. He was showing off too much. Ian Gary was showing off too much. But very excited for that fight. Shavkat Rakhmonov. That's going to be a very good fight as well. Wonder Boy. Love Wonder Boy. He's probably my top 4 favorite fighters in the UFC.
Were you able to catch the DC Joe Rogan podcast episode?
I didn't even know that happened. I have not.
Oh yeah, recently. That's what I've been falling asleep to for the last 4 nights. Because listen, I can't. I usually don't sit down and watch a full episode, so it usually takes me about I don't know, a week and a half to get through one, because I always put it on right before I go to bed. So like I'm like 5 minutes out, me, and I'm asleep.
Yeah.
So
for me, it's always I'll have it on, but then I'm in a tough game of Battlefront 2, and I miss 30 minutes of it, and I gotta go back. So it takes me forever to finish, but not because I'm.
Might have to link up on Battlefront 2.
But I'm not excited for the co-main because it should be Brandon Moreno getting a rematch. I don't know how he doesn't get an automatic rematch. Upsets me very much.
That was a controversial decision, if I'm remembering this correctly, wasn't it?
Yeah, most people were on Pantoja's side because he had a lot of ground control and was on top, but Moreno handled him pretty well on the stand-up and landed more shots. I understand Pantoja winning, but the fact that it wasn't like a quick knockout, like clearly Pantoja's on another level, like he was beaten up, it was a close call. The fact that Moreno didn't get an automatic rematch after 5 title defenses against Figgy, like all those fights against Figgy. And
yeah, wasn't that the first ever
what would that even be? Like, what would you call it?
I mean, isn't it technically like a foursome?
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Would it be like a quadrilogy? Quadrilogy?
Yeah, something like that, maybe.
One of those words that sound like they're not real.
Josh, have you seen my New York Yankees championship belt?
The belt?
Yeah. Oh my God! He left us on a cliffhanger. He's going again. For the people that don't know, that little Twitter handle down below you see right there, Anthony Conover _ your boy I had to treat myself a tad a little bit. Bought the New York Yankees WWE championship belt. It's a beautiful thing.
I think I know what the issue is.
What's the issue, Josh?
I told you earlier about my phone cord not wanting to work. I do believe the cord to my camera, which we didn't do a show like a few months ago because my camera itself broke, and now it's the cord. It keeps cutting out.
Oh, gridiron. Listen, pretty good is an understatement. I can show you, gridiron. You want to see it? I mean, you just let me know. I got no problem. Josh, did you see it?
I have seen it.
You saw the Twitter?
I've seen it.
Is it not just beautiful?
It looked better with Cubs stuff on it, but
They do have a Cubs one.
I know. I figured they did after I saw it. I figured they
Actually, no, I don't think they have a full-size Cubs one. I think they have like a mini one. I think the only full-size ones they have are the Yankees, Red Sox, and then the Cardinals, I want to say. And I think the Cubs, they have a mini one. Oh, break it out. Gridiron. Josh, can you not freeze for the next 30
It's not up to me. It's up to the gods.
Listen, I need you here for the next 30 seconds.
It's out of my hands.
Well, listen. Talk about whatever you want to talk about next other than
we're going to stay with baseball. I'm going to talk about Ohtani a little bit.
You are?
Yeah, I'm going to handle a baseball segment.
You know what? I'll still be able to hear you and everything. In fact, I'm going to leave the mic unmuted. But because I just got to turn the camera off, but I got to hear this. So you go ahead.
Yeah. Shohei Ohtani, $700 million, 10 years with the Dodgers. And I don't really want to talk so much about the move. Obviously, I wish he was a Cub, but I don't think the Cubs are going to fork out 700 M's for a player. But I kind of want to talk about what I saw today, that he's like deferring $68 million of it a year, and he's only getting $2 million a year. So that's 20. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Sorry, I can't. I mean, what are we talking about here? Hold up.
That thing's all real gold too. That looks heavy as hell.
Oh yeah. I mean, the pinstripes. I mean, here we go. I mean, what are we talking about here?
That is fire.
It's one of the more beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
Celebrating with that after a Soto home run now. Oh my God, is this me? Did I do this or is this him? I don't know if I dropped out or he did. This can't be me. Things are getting crazy, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's going on. There seems to be some sort of ghost in the stream that keeps kicking us both out. But the show will go on because who knows what else will happen. But that belt is sick. And the Yankees did pick up one Soto, I believe. Not 100% sure, but yeah, Ohtani, if it's only $2 million a year, I don't know.
Josh, that one was actually me.
That was you. Something's going on.
My little no. See, I have an opposite problem with you. See, I have one of the new MacBooks, right? And everybody thinks that like, oh, we need less of this, we need less of that. So they don't have any USB ports on MacBooks anymore. So I got to go out. I had to go out and buy a little stupid adapter so I can plug USBs into my laptop.
Is it a port that only Apple products go into it or something? Like no USB ports. What are you talking about?
What happened?
No USB ports?
There's not a single USB port on this laptop. Not one.
What is even the point? Why would they do that?
You're beyond me. The only thing that fits in is this, little thing right here, the little charging port thing. That's the only thing that fits in there. So I had to buy a little adapter so I can plug USBs into the side. And, I moved my little desk thing and the adapter came out.
Almost every single computer or laptop attachment is USB or aux. Like,
oh, yeah, you got to tell me.
Get rid of USB ports.
Listen, you're asking the wrong guy.
That makes no sense.
Because I would love to know.
I'm shocked by that.
Great art. It is beautiful, though, isn't it? I mean, one more time. Look at her. You kidding me?
How much that thing run you?
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
We don't got to worry about that. I will say
he's wearing it every single day.
I will say I got it on. Listen, I'll say I got it on sale though.
Okay, so only like $750.
It was on sale. That's all I'll say. Yeah. Let's see. I might have missed a little Ohtani talk. What did you say? I heard the 700 million, 68 million being deferred.
Yeah, so like that's like 20 mil over the next decade, right? Like that's all. And then
I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works because this is I've heard of contracts being deferred. Like there's the famous Bobby Bonilla day with the Mets where he's been paid like $1 million a year since like 2005 and it doesn't end until like 2037 or something.
Like I've heard of those, like the stretch.
So like I've heard of that, but I think in this case,
because that's usually for contracts they want to get off of. Like, hey, this guy wasn't worth the money.
Yeah. Like, I think in this case that he's getting the $2 million a year, and then like at the end of the contract, like all the way at the end, he gets like the 698 or something like that.
I saw that like for the 10 years he'll get $2 million, and then from 2034 to 2043 he'll get the rest. So it's just like doing it later.
Yeah, so
which
I mean,
would be cool if he's still really good after this contract. If that is how it works, and he gets another contract for maybe another team, they collected.
I mean, I don't know what they signed him for 10 years. I'm not even completely sure how old he is.
He's got to be close to 30.
Yeah, I would assume that he might already be in his 30s, if I'm being honest with you. Because
yeah, he might be.
No, he's 29.
Okay,
he's 29. So he'll be 30 at the start of next season. Well, not at the start. He was born in July. I mean, yeah, he'll be 40 at the end of the contract. So I'm sure, those last few years aren't going to be very good. I mean, listen, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like, when I saw that, I was like, there's no way that that's real.
Like, whose decision was that? Who brought the idea up? Because if my agent brought that up to me, like, hey, why don't we like backload it? You only get $2 million a year.
Actually, I just saw it on the bottom. So the remaining of his contract will be paid from 2034 to 2043.
So it is $2 million a year, and then
the rest is.
I wonder what the thought process is, because
I'll tell you exactly what it is. No, I'll tell you exactly what it is right now. It's the same thing that the NFL does and the NBA does with the salary cap. Now, the baseball doesn't have a salary cap, which is why you can have some crazy ass contracts. Mm-hmm. But the thing with baseball is they have the luxury tax. Now, if you go over the luxury tax, you have to pay like the other teams in the MLB like a certain amount of money for every year you go over the luxury tax. And the more you go over the luxury tax in consecutive years, then you start losing like draft picks and you start like, moving down in the draft. You lose international signing bonus money, things of that nature. So they're deferring all of it to the end so that his contract doesn't affect this, like the luxury tax. So on the books, he's being paid $2 million. Down the line, we know he's going to get obviously a whole lot more. But for right now, it's like, yeah, he's barely getting paid anything.
Yeah, the first thing I read was that like they were doing it so that they could add more pieces still. Like they don't just do the Ohtani deal and then no more moves.
I mean, yeah, they are. There's another, I mean, obviously Ohtani was already in the MLB, but there's another Japanese pitcher that is hot on the free agent market. I don't know. I know his last name is Yamamoto. I can't remember what his Yoshinobu Yamamoto, something of that nature. But Yamamoto, he's the big free agent pitcher right now. I mean, he's got every team and their mother trying to sign him. I know the Yankees.
Did he just play in China last year or something?
He played in Japan last year. Well, he's played in Japan for however long he's been in their profession.
But he's just not been in the MLB yet.
No. So it's weird with that. Like you have to play in the Japanese league for so long before you're allowed to be posted. And then the I don't know what the Japanese MLB is called. I can't remember. I know the KBO, but that's a Korean baseball. So I don't know I can't remember what the Japanese one is called. And then they post you, and I'm pretty sure like you have to pay like the team that he's coming from and his contract. So I don't know what like his posting fee is, but it's something of that nature. But a lot of teams.
Other countries are way like better at naming leagues. Like there's like super leagues, premier leagues. We're just gonna name it what it is.
La
like
Liga.
Super leagues. La Liga.
I mean, then again, though, isn't La Liga the league?
Yeah, but like Super League, like that's pretty cool. Premier.
We have major.
There's like Champions Leagues.
Yeah. I mean,
we're gonna name it what the sport is.
I mean, listen, the only cool one. Listen, you gotta admit, the only cool one is Major League Baseball because at least major's in there. Everything else is National Football League. Like obviously, it's national.
Like we know what the sport is. Be cool. I want to be super.
Football Basketball League.
Yeah.
National Basketball Association.
Did you watch any of the in-season tournament?
I did not watch a single second of the ins. I'm so out on basketball. I don't. What?
It was awesome. The in-season tournament, genius.
I mean, yeah, I did hear it was pretty good. And then I just watching some shows and stuff of that nature. I saw a few people that thought like going into it like, oh, this is stupid. Like, why is this even happening? And then by the end of it, they were like, okay, that was actually pretty entertaining. So I've seen some people kind of switch teams on it, but I don't know. I've kind of been. I don't know what it is. I really did enjoy basketball for like 3-4 years, and now I'm just completely out of it again.
So you only enjoyed basketball during the Thunder's worst years in the franchise history?
No,
I lied. Good.
I lied then because I was thoroughly enjoying it with the KD Russ run.
Yeah.
Like I remember KD's shot against what was it? The Grizzlies were in the corner fading away.
Yeah, soft fouled them.
Yeah, so like I remember that. Obviously, the Russ solo years I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I think it was that last year with Paul George. I kind of started like, and now I'm just out. In fact, like I don't think I know I haven't watched the full game this year, and even then, like I still have the Thunder notifications on my phone from ESPN. I was like, let me see. Like I got a notification from. I was like, let me see how they're doing. I was like, damn, they're in second place.
Yeah, balling. I mean, the team is amazing. I said when we did our preseason predictions, I was going to try to watch 82 games. It only lasted 2 games because they played on a Sunday at like 2:00.
Yeah,
I didn't even know what happened, so that didn't work out. But yeah, the team is balling. Shea MVP level, Chet Rookie of the Year. But I would not be shocked to see, and not due to any of the off-court stuff, but Josh Giddey just does not really fit with this team too much. He just doesn't have a role there, and they refuse to. Well, not anymore. He only has 5 like fourth quarter minutes in clutch games this year. Like he's not in when we need. But Cason Wallace is in, and he's a rookie. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the Thunder decide to do with Giddey because he's close to having to get extended. And his numbers are decent, and he was an all-rookie team, so he's going to want a contract. But I'm kind of on the team, not because of any off-court stuff, but strictly on-court. I don't think he should be with the team too much longer. We got a window now. We're a team. We got championship aspirations. So the in-season tournament, very good. It's also funny that LeBron is the richest player in the league. He's like, yeah, I want the $500K. Like, that's what I'm playing for. He's the richest player in the league. He's still going.
There is no such thing as too much money.
Absolutely not.
You think Elon Musk is walking by $100 bill on the ground? Doubt it.
I just thought it'd be other players that are like, yeah, I'm going hard for this. But then again,
I mean, you would assume.
But then again, even if every player is going their hardest, it's LeBron James. So they're probably going to win somehow.
The Monday Night Football games we have, and notice I said games because for some stupid reason we really do have 2 of them. I don't understand like why we randomly have 2, and especially in the literal middle of the season, and the fact that they're on at the exact same time.
Yeah, they didn't stagger them at all.
Like, why are they both at 8:15? And I mean, I guess I would, in a way too, like at least do it if both games are good. Like you got the Dolphins and the Titans, and the Packers and Giants. Like, come on.
There's one watchable team out of 4.
Yeah.
Not but.
I mean, I might be more tuned into Monday Night Raw. I mean, this guy CM Punk is determining what brand he's going to sign with tonight. Don't worry.
So like Raw or SmackDown? Like that's what.
Yeah,
I used to love the drafts, dude.
The drafts were something special.
So
there was nothing like back in the day. SmackDown versus Raw, like 2010, and then playing Road to WrestleMania. What a time to be alive!
I used to create the craziest looking characters: big feet, big head, tiny little legs, fat belly. Josh? Oh my god! Why is that ever? I forgot that happened on this show where you just randomly.
I mean, hey,
for no reason accused me.
I don't know. You said big feet pretty prominently. I didn't know. Maybe, hey.
Because like freakishly, he like Bigfoot with like, and he weighs 160 pounds,
so that's
but he's
your
not
type. Okay, it makes sense. It makes
his
sense.
nose is out to here.
Makes sense. You like a Bigfoot?
What? I don't got a nose thing now?
Nah, hey, listen. I think you said feet more prominently. So, hey, listen. Like I said, to each his own.
That's what storytelling is about. You wouldn't have known how big the feet were if I didn't put the exaggeration on big feet. Like now you know those are some big feet.
Now I know what you're looking for.
I was creating funny WWE characters, and you've turned this into a situation. You're trying to gaslight me right now. Like I didn't even do it.
The fact that you just said I'm gaslighting you is gaslighting me, if I'm being honest.
Well, you did it. Like you did it.
You're
no reason.
The accusation,
there was no valid reason.
No, but I'm saying
for you to lean into your camera, big foot guy, huh?
Listen,
no need for that.
Listen, to accuse me of doing something like that, I've never been more disgusted.
Video evidence of you reaching very far.
I don't know if I've ever been more disgusted with you.
Like it was on the other side of the room and you reached. Foot guy, huh?
But it was in the room, wasn't it? It was right there for the taking.
It was actually out the window across the street and you saw it. And we're like, I might. No correlation.
Hey, listen, like I said, it's no judgment zone, but hey.
It sounded like it was too. What if I am a foot guy? What if I was? What if right when you said that, I was like, yeah, I love sucking on toes. What if I said that right after you accused me? Then what would you have done?
Well, listen, the show would have went off the rails.
In an alternate universe, I was like, yes, absolutely.
You're just like, me, one of the bigger feet guys you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I didn't tell you. I usually tell everyone the second sentence out of my mouth when I meet somebody.
That's usually like, we meet. Hi, my name's Josh, Bigfoot guy.
Yeah, gotta let them know early. Gotta let them know.
Gridiron, what don't you like? All I say, Punk is AEW was so dumb to let him go. I mean, hey, a lot of backstage drama apparently, but the man, I think he signs to WWE, his merchandise is like immediately number one. Sometimes things are just worth having to deal with.
That's what we would call a quick bag. One of the rather quick ones.
Josh, break down these Monday night games for us. How about you do that? If you can take your mind off the
why'd you talk to me like that? Like I just offended you or something.
Josh,
you break down the games.
No. See, Josh, I'm secretly still doing the pick segment, so I'm on the final stretch here. I was just
Well, I think these games, everyone kind of has the same thoughts going into it. Tennessee versus Miami. If Tennessee's defense can somehow stop Miami from scoring 40 plus, even then, I don't think the Titans are really capable of scoring more than 24 points. I think that's a tough one for them. And the Dolphins average 27, 28. So I think it's going to be a tough one there. Everyone's kind of expecting Miami. Green Bay versus New York. Obviously, Tommy DeVito. We're all excited to watch him play.
Cutlets.
But for Green Bay, they looked really, really good against who they played. The Chiefs? Was the Chiefs their last?
Yes.
That was where Jordan Love
They beat the Chiefs Chiefs Sunday night, and then because they had beat the Lions on Thanksgiving. So a great couple weeks for them.
Yeah, so very good stretch here for Jordan Love too. He's played really well. So expecting to see more of that this game, seeing that team keep improving. They're a very young team on the outside, so it does take time to get everyone on the same page, especially with a first-year starter at quarterback. But other than that game could be close, which I'm not going to say it's going to be entertaining, but there is a chance there could be a close game there. But
I mean, nothing. If you listen, all I'm saying is if you watch the Raiders and the Vikings, it can't be worse than that.
I actually do have to break some terrible news. I didn't want to talk about it. I had a parlay of picking. I picked the early slate, all of them.
Okay.
Parlay every single early game. Got it right. Last two games were last three games, Bills, Broncos, Raiders. I watched that entire Raiders-Vikings game. Locked in, and we couldn't get 3. It was the worst game I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, there's just no coming back from that either.
Would have made some good money there. Good money.
I mean, there's like I said, there's also just no coming back from that.
Well, I did win a anytime touchdown parlay, so I wasn't as upset. Like if I would have lost that too, on top of that, but only losing the that tough one. But I was stupid to even pick against the Pastronaut. That was my mistake, which actually wound up being Nick Mullins.
I was gonna say he didn't even finish the game.
It's bad.
Looks like that experiment is over.
I was also sitting there Sunday wondering, like in an alternate universe, are the Panthers 12-1? Like somewhere. So like there are millions of universes. How many did Doctor Strange go through? All the different timelines?
Wasn't there like
You watch Loki. You watch Loki. The craziest things can be happening out there on the timeline. And I would just like to say, I'm very happy for 12-1 Josh right now. I'm so happy for that guy.
Somewhere out there, Bryce Young is 12-1 and the MVP.
Yeah, I'm very happy for that, Josh. And we didn't even have to give up DJ Moore in that trade either.
Yeah, because let me tell you something, he's looking real good.
Yeah, someone's been saying that for a couple years, but now he's in the spotlight. Happy for you, DJ.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, the Dolphins are probably going to win by about 20 points in this one. I don't expect much of a competitive game, I'll say, in that one, just because I think actually, what I will say is they were showing a pregame. Beautiful bet possibility with Will Levis, 211 and a half passing yards. I think they're going to be down 20 points.
I only took two bets: Dolphins over 1.5 first half touchdowns and AJ Dillon anytime touchdown. Those are my two bets.
I mean,
Dolphins scored 2 touchdowns in 5 minutes, so.
That's what I'm saying. I think that the Titans are going to be down. They're like, it's going to be one of those situations where you just have to throw the ball. 211 and a half. We're acting like this guy is, Mac Jones.
He has at least one deep ball to D-Hop every game. He's got an arm. That's okay. I like that bet. 211.
Look at this. This guy Jake Brown is looking pretty good. New York Yankees title belt good. Browning has been a problem.
Yeah, he's been balling. He has been balling out there.
Say bye-bye to Joe Burrow. Yeah, imagine. No, I'm kidding.
System quarterback?
Yeah, system. Oh, yeah, I can't wait for all
those.
Taylor. The AFC playoff picture right now is absurd.
It's frightening. There's a lot of teams I don't want in there that are in there right now.
Yeah, you got the Bills 7-6, the Broncos are 7-6. The
Chiefs fall to what? 9-4?
8-4. They're 8-4.
8-4.
Let me just look up the AFC.
Pretty sure the Raiders are close too. Well, no, they lost, so they're not as close.
Let's look at the 2023 NFL playoff picture.
Let's do that. We're getting close. It's getting close.
We are getting to that time of year where you got to start thinking about who do you think is going to make?
You have to really try to wrap your mind around the Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round of the playoffs. You have to wrap your mind around that.
So this is current right now. So obviously the Ravens, 49ers, both 1 seeds. I think the Ravens will end up being the 1 seed. I don't think the 49ers will. I see a Raven loss in the 49er future. That'll make them finish the season with 4 losses.
That's gonna be a good game.
Cowboys, they will not end up being the number 2 seed. I think because if them and the Eagles both win out, the Eagles will get the number 1, or they will win that division because of conference record, I believe. So obviously that loss to the Cardinals back in the day for the Cowboys. Very, very difficult there. Obviously not what you want. Lions are going to win their division. You know what's crazy? Chiefs are obviously going to win their division. Yeah. You know that the Broncos are 1 back?
If they didn't start so bad, that Broncos team is actually
they've been
people think about them very different. They're good. The Broncos are a good football team.
Yeah. Did you see that catch that what's his name? Cortland Sutton had?
The touchdown?
Yeah.
On the deep ball?
I mean, that was something.
That was a nasty catch.
That was just absolutely gorgeous stuff. Then you got the Jags. I think they'll end up winning that division. I don't know who the hell is going to do anything in the NFC South. I mean, I'm not even going to begin to predict that. And then it gets a lot more interesting on the AFC side of things when it starts going to the wild card and everything like that. Because right now, you got the Browns, Steelers, Colts in. That's cool. Well, they're all 7. Well, actually, the Browns are 8-5. The Steelers and Colts, both in the playoffs right now, if it ended today, are 7-6. Well, yeah, so are the Texans. So are the Broncos. So are the Bengals. So are the Bills. All right. So we got a little bit of a traffic jam for that final spot. And then, you go over to the NFC side of things. Eagles right now, which, Eagles or Cowboys. I expect the Eagles to be the number 2 seed. I think the Cowboys wound up being the 5 seed. Vikings at the 6 right now. Packers at the 7. NFC still a little competitive. Listen, the Rams are 6-7. I honestly thought they had that Raven game. I really did. Mm-hmm. And then the Seahawks are 6-7 as well. So that'll probably come down to like 2 or listen, it might come down to 4 teams battling for the 6 through 7. And then obviously we have the Falcons and the Saints and everybody else battling for the 4 seed in the South. But that one, if you can predict that, you should probably go play the lotto too, because it is just an absolute mess. Josh, how about maybe what do we think about a little bit of a hot take here? Who do you have in the playoffs on the AFC side right now? Give me your order, starting from the 1 seed. What's going to happen?
Baltimore 1.
Okay.
Miami 2. I think that'll happen. I think it's tough to do it without knowing schedules. I think those 3. I think that'll stay like that. I think it'll stay like that. I think the Jags just aren't playing the best football as of late. And Cleveland, it's Joe Flacco out there, so we'll see. But Steelers, Colts, Texans, and then it's Broncos,
Bengals, Bills.
Yeah, I think the Bills will rally enough to get one of those spots, and I think Pittsburgh will get the last spot. I think Denver's hot, but I don't think it'll last long enough for them to make it. And I think the Steelers' defense plays well enough to get the job done. And Mitch Trubisky honestly didn't look the worst. Like, he didn't look good. I mean, that offense hasn't looked good. And since Big Ben and AB, Le'Veon Bell were there. But I think they'll be all right. I do think that these other teams, they just are in so many close games. Like the Colts have been in so many close games this year. How many game-winning drives have they asked CJ to put together? Bengals, I think it's similar to that too. Too many close games. Obviously, they're not having Burrow is going to make it tough too. Regardless of how good Jake Browning is playing, he's not Burrow. So I think it'll be Buffalo and Pittsburgh last spots. And then in the NFC, I think I agree with you. I think Philly will wind up being ahead of Dallas too. Considering what you said, that if they both win out, Philly gets the higher seed.
Honestly, I zoned out for a second because I was watching the small time. I really did. I didn't know if you were done talking or not, so that's why I had to. Anyway, I'm gonna go with the Browns sticking at the 5 seed. I think that the Broncos and the Bills both sneak in though. I think the Bills stay hot. The offense has looked a lot better since they fired their offensive coordinator. And then, listen, I just don't think
plays over there.
What happened?
You know who's calling those plays over there?
What is it, Joe Brady?
Former Panthers OC that Matt Rule threw under the bus after we started 1-5 his first year.
Josh, what former New York Yankee manager Joe Girardi would say about that? It's not what you want.
I don't know which time I enjoyed less, this 1-10 start from Frank Reich or the 3 years of Matt Rule. I don't know which one was the worst.
You were a Matt Rule hater.
Yeah, it's not even. But that's the thing. I don't hate Frank Reich. It was just so bad that it was to a point where I wasn't even mad because I didn't know what to be mad at.
Well, also, what were you really expecting? You had the first overall pick this year.
Do you know how bad we look?
Yeah, but who do you have on that team that you thought you were going to be good?
I mean, listen, I didn't think we were going to do anything crazy, but Bryce Young, Miles Sanders, Adam Thielen, DJ
Your
Chark.
number one wide receiver is a 37-year-old.
Adam Thielen's been balling this year, so I don't want to hear it. But I mean, if you watched the full Panthers game, you would understand what I'm saying. Like, I didn't expect this to be good or anything. It's the reason we were a top 10 pick. There's a reason we traded up. But the product out on the field is just some of the worst football I've ever seen. And when your owner comes to a press conference and he's asked, since you've bought the team, like, how well do you think it's gone? And the first thing he says is, we brought Beyonce to Charlotte. You bought an NFL team, man. No one cares about Beyonce coming to Charlotte for a concert.
Nah, that I didn't know he said that. That is a crazy bar.
Like, that's the first thing he said. They're like, what do you think, like, you've done well since you've bought the team? It's like, oh, well, we have great concerts like this. No one cares, dude. You bought an NFL team. He was talking about all
we have great concerts. You're lying.
We have great events. We throw great events around here for the city. Dude, you bought the Carolina. You spent billions of dollars on this team.
Nah, that I didn't know he said that. That is wild.
That's been our season. It's gone from, we're having meetings every Monday with this guy to, flipping play callers. We're calling plays for Adam Thielen, but he's not on the field. But that play can only work with Adam Thielen, which doesn't make sense. That's what I mean when I say, like, this has been somehow reached disappointing for this season when I didn't expect anything. Bad.
Nah, we throw great concerts is one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life.
When you're asked about your terrible football team, like, Beyonce came to Charlotte, what else do you want me to do? That's basically what he said. It's like, we brought Beyonce. What more could you ask for?
Wow, that just kind of blew my mind.
Wasn't good. He also said, like, yeah, Frank, we all agreed on Bryce Young, and I trust what other guys want to do. So that was their decision, but at the end of the day, it's on me. So he was like, they made that call. It's their fault, but it's on me. It's their fault, but it's on me. It's like, okay.
So it's not him, technically.
Yeah, who knows?
Let's talk about last week real quick. Cowboys bodied the Eagles on Sunday Night Football. That's back-to-back weeks that the Eagles have not looked good. And obviously, it's you're concerned as an Eagles fan for many reasons. The offense doesn't look like it's in sync. I think that with the success that Jalen Hurts has had, they've also still kind of forgotten their identity and the fact that, they have the best offensive line, maybe, I don't know, one of the best offensive lines I'd probably say ever assembled. You have a Hall of Famer at center. You have a Hall of Famer at right tackle.
2 All-Pros.
Yeah, they had 4
All-Pros. Really young too.
Yeah, they had 4 All-Pros on the line last year. The entire line went to the Pro Bowl. They're insane. I feel like they've, really started to just try and pass a lot. Which, hey, you have Smith and you have A.J. Brown on the outside. I don't blame you. You got Dallas Goedert over the middle who came back this week. I don't blame you. But, hey, run the ball.
Yeah, they have too many short drives. Too many not prolonged.
Yeah, not prolonged, which they were good at last year. They would prolong a lot of drives and then, give the chance. That's the thing right now that I think I'm noticing. The defense does not have a chance to breathe ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was the Chiefs and the Bills game that the defense had played 135 snaps over those past 2 games. That is wild. Yeah, and then you have to go and play the 49ers, who you also got destroyed against, and then you got to go play the Cowboys. That's why the concern level is obviously there. I don't think you cannot be concerned considering what the Eagles have done in their last 2 games. But that is also the reason why you can kind of look at it and be like, I still have a little hope. You just played the Cowboys bye week, Chiefs, Bills, 49ers, Cowboys again.
Hell, that sounds like hell.
That is an insane 5-game stretch.
Mm-hmm. If they'd gone perfect through that, that's historic. That's crazy.
Yeah, I would have hung the Super Bowl banner immediately. Yeah. But obviously, they got, and I think that's the more concerning part is that they got, played off the field in those last 2 games where, you at least, even though it is a hard stretch, like you at least want them to be competitive in both of them. And the 49er game was competitive for a little. So maybe that's the thing too. Like the 49er game was competitive for a little bit. The Cowboy game, seemed kind of competitive in the first half a little bit.
Yeah.
And then that's where you can also kind of be like, I see some areas because there were a lot of turnovers too. I mean, Hurts has to get the fumbles and the interception. I think he has like 15 total turnovers this season. So he has to get that under control. They're driving in the second half. A.J. Brown ends up fumbling. So, like, it's just drive killers like that. And then, not taking the ball away on top of that is where you're going to get into some situations. But I think the end of this season is going to be really good for them just because I think they played the Giants twice. I think they still have the Cardinals left. All I know is they have the easiest schedule remaining in the NFL. So, like, you just went from the absolute gauntlet of playing the best of the best to an essential cakewalk the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, the Giants are divisional teams, so anything can happen in those games, but I'd be shocked if they lost either one of them. I can't remember who else they have to play. So, you have some time to regroup and be like, okay, let's get back on track. Like, I think they just need a blowout.
Yeah, the get right game. They need to go out there and feel good about themselves.
Yeah, like they got to go out, play a crappy team, pick the quarterback off twice, give up 10 points and
get the confidence up. Get the confidence.
Yeah, and score 45 on them. Like they need a game like that. And I think that it'll end up happening. But so obviously some concern there. 49ers. Josh, I'm just gonna go through a little bit of it and then you can go back and do whatever you got to do. 49ers, they stayed hot, obviously, beating the Seahawks. That looked like it was going to be that was actually a pretty good game, which I didn't expect it 100% to be. I was going to say, especially when Geno Smith, got ruled out for that game, which kind of came out of nowhere, kind of came out like the night before, and then it was like, yeah, I guess he's not going to play. So good win on the 49ers. Obviously, we know that they're a better team than the Seahawks, but hey, you still got to go out there, play the game. And as we saw, it was close for a little bit. So, hey, good on them for actually getting the win. And then I think the game that everybody's kind of talking about right now too, Bills and the Chiefs. Bills, hell of a team in the regular season against the Chiefs. I think they're 3-0 against them in the last 3 seasons when it comes to that. And obviously, it's all coming down to that offsides. And let me tell you, Josh, you ever seen those posts on Twitter that, like, if Generation Sports has no more fans, then I'm not alive.
Yeah.
You ever seen stuff? If Patrick Mahomes has no more haters left, I'm dead.
Really? Okay.
I especially now.
I mean, he's not allowed to be mad?
He can be mad. But I thought I was going to have to go to the store, pick up a nice box of Kleenex, and then walk all the way to Kansas City with the game ends. Josh Allen, hey, good game, man. Worst call of my life with that little Kermit the Frog voice that he has. Worst call I've ever seen. His wife is posting, MVP of the referees. Stay out of it. Weren't you?
I think he just substituted Kadarius Toney for the refs and all of his anger because it was Tony's fault. It wasn't the refs.
That's fault. The thing that but the thing that also annoyed me too was like how extra he was about it. I hope that play is still shown when Kelsey goes in the Hall of Fame. That ruins a Hall of Fame play. Travis Kelsey. Are you serious? Like, are you serious?
That's when you run out of things to keep complaining about. Like you just add stuff onto it.
Like, if he was this much offsides, I would kind of understand it because that's a ticky-tack thing. His entire body is in front of the football.
I don't know how when he looked down the line, he didn't realize that. Like when the ball is behind you, you're not onside, bud. It's crazy.
And Mahomes' defense's last 2 games ended in sketchy ref calls, and then the third most recent game ended on the MVS drop. Listen, I understand the frustration with the wide receivers because they've been terrible. Drops all over the place. Should have beat the Eagles with that MVS drop, but also sketchy calls from the refs in Green Bay. What about the 15 yards that got added on when he was still clearly in bounds, and they hit him and they add 15 yards for unnecessary roughness? What about when MVS gets pushed out of bounds and the clock should have kept running, but they said that he went out by himself or whatever it was. And I mean, listen, I also not to be that guy. There was a about 25 play thread on Twitter that was made of all the time the Chiefs have gotten, blessed by the refs.
Hey, listen, it happens both ways to everybody. Some games the refs magically are on your side. Some games you're screwed at the end. But I will say this is probably, I think Mahomes lashing out was probably a build-up and finally letting go, because not only has he, had some tough calls, not only has the season not gone how they wanted, his receivers stink. He's probably had a lot of built-up anger that he's just kind of been suppressing, because he's got to do Mahomes and Mahado. So he's probably just been taking care of that at first, and now it's just gotten to a boiling point. And he couldn't even say good game to Josh Allen. That's how bad he was.
That's what I'm saying. Josh Allen
was standing there like, good job, bud. Good job.
Like, what do you even say to that? Like, Josh Allen's like, good game. He's like, worst call I've ever seen in my life.
Well, his face was just like, he was just like, I know, but like, what do you want me to say? I like that call. That was a good call.
I was a big Travis Kelce hater as well. I started to come around on him more just because of the podcast, and like I see a lot of clips of it, mostly because I like Jason. It's like one of those things where like you like somebody, so you kind of start liking like the other person, other people involved with them. But Mahomes just annoys me to no end, and I probably understand that it's because I'm not a fan of the team, because like I'm sure like non-Patriot fans went through it where like Brady would do something. But see, I also maybe am I wrong, Josh? Is it not a little extra that like Mahomes will make a throw that you've seen before, and they'll be like, the only person in the entire league that can make that throw right there is Patty Mahomes.
Well, I think it's a situation. It's where there's just so much on it now because it's a meme now. Every throw they're like, if Mahomes does that, that's all they talk about, and it's a bad throw. Like then. There's just plays where a quarterback makes it, and there are a lot of quarterbacks that can make the plays. But when you see a guy, twist his body, throw a crazy, sidearm, you think of Mahomes. I think that's what.
That's I don't know. I guess
like a quarterback makes a good run. They're like, oh, it's Michael Vick out there. Like they always.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just like the constant comparison all the time. Like Josh Allen, he did a sidearm pass. He's like, huh, you're usually seeing Josh Mahomes. Jesus. You're usually seeing Patrick Mahomes do that.
I will say Lamar had one of the greatest throws I've ever seen this weekend.
Bro.
2-point conversion. He's getting his legs taken out. Throw it like that. Perfect pass to Zay Flowers on the sideline. Touchdown. 2 points.
Anyway, that's my rant.
I feel like you just pick weird reasons to hate people.
I mean, listen, it's well known that I am not much of a people person.
You're generational haters.
I don't know about that.
Unicorn of haters.
The unicorn is crazy.
Once in a generation hater. If there was a hater draft.
Yeah, I'm a generational talent.
How many teams are tanking for you?
There's a generational talent, which means in another 2 years there'll be another one.
Yeah.
Josh, I say games are about to start. How about we go into our picks? You okay with that?
I am okay with that. I won't be able to keep track of them. I'll have to go back and watch it because I can't.
Yeah, we listen. Obviously, missing the last couple of shows. Me and Josh kind of got to go back and like actually figure out what our updated record is. Right now, we're still stuck at 105.
This was supposed to be the year that I got the records right, but I don't think any of our records from any season are true to what they actually are.
All I know is I have an unbelievably great lead. So, I mean, 8 games.
This is kind of a Mickey Mouse ring, though. If you win it all this year.
Whose fault is that, though?
It's a Mickey Mouse ring. Doesn't matter whose fault.
Well, that
didn't get COVID.
Josh, if that helps you sleep at night, fine.
So just I'm just calling it how I see it. I didn't get as many opportunities as I should.
Listen, we can go back and I'll tell you what team I would have picked at the time, and I'll be completely 100% honest.
I can't believe you. I can't take your word.
Listen, if you can't
because guess what? I would have went undefeated last week. That's all I know. But I didn't get the opportunity.
We both know that that's not true.
I would have tied it up actually.
We both know it's not true considering your record, Josh.
No, my record. I'm 30 games over 500. So don't talk about my record like I'm
Yeah,
bad.
but are you 38 games over 500? Actually,
It
I'm
doesn't matter.
45 games over. I'm
I'm actually not
45
even.
games over.
I'm not even 30. So it's I. What do you want me to do? I'm the 2 seed and I'm 72-10. What do you want me to do out here?
Yeah, well, maybe you should be 81-1.
I'm trying, but I'm not bad.
I
I'm
am
just going up against
45 games over. I mean, give me my
Michael
crown,
Jordan.
brother. Give me my crown.
Actually, it's more because you don't like to take risks.
Oh,
That's what it's always been. That's what it's always been.
you need the Kleenex too, Josh.
What I need is gridiron picks. So I need his picks so I can, because you guys kind of go together. And last time that happened, I won. So.
All right, yeah, Gridiron. Drop your picks below too. Oh, a little yawn, a little tired.
You
All right,
also go first every time. So.
Go first. I'm not talking. I won't talk. I'm not talking the rest of the
It just happened now. We're
No.
15 weeks in.
I'm done. You take us through the pick segment, Josh. I'm done.
Give me the Chargers.
I'll take the Raiders.
Okay, now I'm screwed. I don't like this format. You go first.
No, I repeat. I will sit here and stare into the camera.
Oh, Justin Herbert's not playing. I'm not picking the Chargers.
It's too late. You already took him.
No, that doesn't count. In my head, Herbert was playing, not Easton Stick.
Maybe you should pay attention more there, brother.
Shut up. I got the Raiders. You got the Chargers.
Look at this guy flip flopping.
Give me the Bengals.
You'd be very popular in Florida with all that flip flop.
Shut up. Give me the Bengals. You're weird. You're a weirdo.
I'll take the Bengals too. Yeah, see, Josh, this is why I can't have you do the segment. You're not even saying both teams. We don't even know who's playing each other.
Then you do it.
And then this guy's going to complain that I go. I mean, what are we doing here, Josh? It's been 15 weeks. You don't know how to read the segment correctly?
I got the under.
Honestly, it's probably a good bet, though. Steelers at the Colts. I'll take the Colts.
I'll take the Colts. I'll take the Steelers.
Who do you take?
I got the team total under 17.5. Give me the Steelers.
This is the worst kid I've ever been associated with.
Give me the Steelers.
Broncos at the Lions. I'll take the Lions at home.
Take the Lions at home.
Chiefs at the Patriots. I mean, come on. What are we talking about?
Give me the Chiefs.
Jets at the good old Dolly Fins. I will go with the Fins.
Didn't make a doc, so we didn't do quarterback of the week, but there's one guy that would have won it that's played in this game. Give me the Dolphins. Looks real good. Almost like it's not his fault.
No, it absolutely is. The Texans at the Titans. You asked me this 2 weeks ago. It's the easiest decision of my life. But now Tank Dell's out. Nico Collins got hurt. I don't know if he's like out for the game. CJ Stroud might have I'm pretty sure he does have a concussion. I'm going to go with the Titans.
I'll go with the Titans too.
We got the Bucks at the Packers. I'll take the Pack.
I'll take Tampa.
Giants at the Saints. Give me give me the Saints. Give me the Saints.
Give me the Saints as well.
I almost went Mr. Cutlets, but I didn't.
Everyone knows he's bad on a short week. Everyone knows that about him.
Falcons at your Panthers. I'll take the Falcons.
We got to win one more, right?
You would think.
Like, we have to. You can't, it doesn't seem fathomable to win one single game against the team that everyone is going to talk about for centuries walked away with the better quarterback. This can't happen. But we're not going to beat the Falcons, so give me the Falcons.
The Bears at the Brownies. Joe Flacco off the couch is one hell of a guy. This guy's elite.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I guess I will take the Browns.
Another situation where Vegas just somehow gets it done. They made the Lions and Bears game so close to where it was like, yeah, I'm gonna put every penny I have on the Lions at minus.
And then they got destroyed.
Like how I bet Vegas made billions.
Oh yeah,
Just
I follow this one guy who I think works for MGM. I think that was the most bet on game, and 83% took the Lions.
Yeah, I mean 2.5-point favorites at kickoff. Crazy how Vegas does it. But you took the Browns, right?
Yeah,
I will too.
49ers are beating the piss out of the Cardinals.
Yep.
The Rams are going to beat the Commies.
Yep.
Cowboys at the Bills is a banger.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Cowboys are hot. Coming off of
here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
I was saying that along with them. I don't know why. Just last night I was just.
No, it's a great cadence. I got to give that credit. It's a great.
It.
It's good stuff. Give me the Cowboys. Josh makes one too many mistakes.
Why would you not pick the Bills?
I think Josh makes one key mistake, and that's all the Cowboys need.
Two quarterbacks who have made mistakes. They have made a couple of game mistakes.
But not so much this year, though.
Yeah. I thought you were going Bills. I'll go Cowboys.
Ravens at the Jags. I'm taking the Ravens.
Me too.
And I think the Eagles bounce back against the Seahawks.
I agree. We only disagree on two.
That is our picks for the week. Gridiron. He's got the Raiders. He's got the Bills, Colts, Lions, Chiefs, Dolphins, Titans in an upset. The Packers, the Saints, Falcons, Browns, 49ers, Rams, Bills, Ravens, and the Eagles. Love to see that. I think he mostly went with me. He's a smart guy. Typical can't blame him. With all that being said, Anthony Conover _ follow me there. Gen Z. Make sure you follow us on Twitter as well. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, tell your grandmother. We go live all the time talking about everything. And Josh, where can they find you?
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at Jolin _4. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Generational Sports. Follow us on Twitter. Head on over to Underdog. Use code Gen Z. Double your first deposit up to $100. Make sure you follow them on Twitter as well. They're always doing giveaways for merch and free bonus, money you could use to pick some games. And if you ever, having trouble or you're a first-time user and, but you want to have a chance of making some money, shoot us a DM if you want to help with some picks or if you're having any trouble making an account or anything. And tune in next Monday, 7 Eastern.
Gridiron. I hope to see you next week as well. Merry Christmas if we don't. And listen, everybody, we will catch you on the next one, all right? Have a good one.